Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, as we are wrapping up the summer, a lot of our favorite artists are giving us great music, including our next guest. We're excited to welcome David and Dante of Ruff Endz to our program today. They're celebrating not only their project REBIRTH, but also the video for the single Congratulations. We're going to talk to them not only about their success as a group, but what it's been like for them to be able to engage with their fans. Also, they have some great dates coming up for you guys to be able to see them in person. And, of course, we'll let you guys know how to stay connected with them as well. Guys, thanks a lot for the time. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Definitely.
Hey, David, I want to start with you. I mean, what has this experience been like for you? I mean, to be able to see the way that your fans consistently look forward to every project and really do show their support with every song.
Man, it's mind blowing. It's why we do what we do. You know, me and my brother got back together, and the fans were a big part of it, man. So it's all about the fans. So to see the support, and there's so many people that still is like, oh my God, I didn't even know you guys were back together. You know what I mean? So it's so many people we still want to reach and touch, but just to see the reaction is amazing, because this project is a project that was produced by myself and written by me and my brother. So it's all our ideas, all of our expressions, all of our artistry wrapped up into one project. And to see the responses, it's amazing. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Dante, what about for yourself? I mean, as David was just saying, I mean, this is a very personal project for you all. I mean, what was it like for you to be able to see how it all came together and the way the fans are responding to it?
Beautiful. It definitely was needed on so many levels. Just talking to new promoters, new fans, the DJs, getting back in touch with a lot of the DJs, and they're telling us like, "Oh, I didn't know y'all were back together. It was so needed. I'm so glad y'all. I'm so glad y'all still record music and putting out good music." We feel like we have a quality of music. We feel like we were bred in a time where they had A&Rs, and A&Rs made the artists focus more on the quality of themselves. So the quality of what they were putting out for the fans was, substantial at the least. So, we feel like we're definitely a big factor, as well as our peers. A lot of our other peers are coming back. So,
David, Dante brings up a really good point. I'm sorry, Dante. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, David, Dante brings up a good point, though, about the quality of the music, because both of you reference people, saying, about you all being back and how needed it was. What do you think has separated Ruff Endz from so many artists out there? What do you think it is that keeps the fans coming back, David?
There's a certain sound I think that we have, there's a certain soul that we have, and I think we are still connected to the 90s with our sound. And I think our fans are appreciative that we didn't kind of let that go. We still, we have some new flavor. We definitely got some new flavor, but within the new flavor, you could still hear the 90s feel and our original sound of who we are. So we never forgot who we are, but I think that's a major, big part of it.
Dante, do you feel like you all always knew that music was going to be that thing, that if people got to know you, that music was going to be the gateway to do that?
Definitely. That's one of those good questions. It's like I do voiceovers, I do acting. My brother does film and photography, but the music always brings us back. It's definitely a good question, and it makes me think about that aspect of it. It's a passion. It's a love affair with the music in itself. You sit into yourself. You start humming. Both me and my brother both do this to this day. We sit and we just get ideas in our head and we start writing, or he start producing, or I start writing, or I'm writing down a metaphor because, I think it'd be perfect in a song, but I just don't know what song it is. It's like I can't escape it. I can't get away from it. But at the same time, it's a beautiful thing because it helps me get it out. It helps me blow steam off, whatever you want to call it. So it always brings us back. The music is definitely the source of a big source at the beginning of our relationship. Our friendship, our brotherhood is definitely music, so it definitely ties us in.
And to that point then, David, I mean, I think, when people are thinking about great music, that's why Ruff Endz always comes at it. How would you define the sound, David? Because, I think, with certain songs, you just know who it is, right? I mean, how would you kind of describe the Ruff Endz sound?
It's a classic soulful sound, you know what I mean? And I say classic because as writers and as artists too, I think we try to do songs. What we try to do, we get those songs that are trendy, but we try to not do trendy music. We try to do music and records that is going to be here 20 years from now, that could be played 100 years from now. Just like Someone to Love You could be played 100 years from now, somebody can get married to that song. And that's the power of music. It can live on if you write a classic song. But there's some songs that will just live for a few years, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of piece to our puzzle as well of the sound of Ruff Endz,
Right, exactly. Dante, I wanted to ask you this. I mean, one of the big changes that has definitely happened since you guys first came on the scene is social media. And I see you guys are really not only, of course, using that to keep people posted on the music, but also to have fun with your audience as well. First of all, what was that like for you all to get used to of the way that we're communicating right now and that direct connection you're able to have to your fans?
It's definitely a big change. With any big change, you have your upsides and your downsides. Downsides being just one of them probably is all the people that's very opinionated, that's just trolling, as they call it, for a negative reaction. You got some people that they're just trolling to get a response out of you. They might not even actually mean what they're saying, and on a lot of levels. But on a good level, a lot of your fans that are out of touch with you even still doing music, because they haven't seen you perform live, or they don't know how to find your music, or whatever the case is. That direct connection to fans, definitely for a lot of people, I would say is a good thing. A lot of us as artists, we, over these, I would say, 7 to 8 years, a lot of us got out of touch with our fans when we're not really performing a lot like that. We become parents, we become mommy, daddy, we get into all of that. But having social media is a direct way for people to really plug in and say, hey, oh man, I still play your song, or a DJ hitting you up in your DM, man, I put your song in rotation, what y'all doing, what y'all into. I didn't know y'all were still performing and singing, which I got to say, you can hit us up on our social media, which is official Ruff Endz on Instagram, and the real Ruff Endz on Twitter. So it's the official Ruff Endz on Instagram. Definitely hit us up. You can see what we're doing, what we're into, and all of that good stuff. But it definitely took some getting used to. But at the end of the day, I still like it. I still like the change in social media.
Yeah, David, to the point that Dante was just making, I mean, when people, Amazon Music, Amazon, one of our partners here, so I went to Amazon Music, and when you put in Ruff Endz, the very first song that comes up is Someone to Love You. I mean, that's one of those songs I think that, is always a favorite. But now you have Rebirth, and I want to talk about the video for Congratulations. I mean, Dante also mentioned about you acting, being a part of what you guys are able to do. We're able to see some of that even in the video for Congratulations. Talk to us about that single and that video, David, and what that was like for you to bring to life.
Oh, it was amazing, man. One of my mentors is a guy named DC Coles, and he's a director from the 90s of a lot of big R&B and hip-hop groups that was out, like, Busta Rhymes, Tribe Called Quest. A lot of those videos and stuff, he was that guy. But anyway, he's been a mentor of mine that got me into film. And on this project, I got a chance to work with him. He heard the song, and he wrote a script to it. I had actually had other people, writing a script and trying to do the video for this. And I was thinking about doing it myself, but I said, you know what? Let me work with let me call DC and see, what he thinks or whatever. And he heard the song. He was like, oh man, he said, I want to write something for this. I'm like, all right, cool. As a creator, when you hear somebody do that, that juices are flowing. You know what I mean? Like when somebody's like, oh man, I want to, what I mean? When they respond with that kind of urgency, I was like, okay. And he wrote the script and sent it. And I love the concept of what he was trying to portray as far as the guy, meeting the girl and her getting married, certain scenes he had. And there was some alterations I had to go back and forth on, but I love the dark scenes. He had some there are dark scenes of the girl and their passing moments of the camera just sweeping by her. That symbolizes what the hook says of moving on. You know what I mean? And it was things like that he brought to the video set that I think was simple but just profound and powerful. So it was a collaboration with his idea for it. We kind of changed because I edited the video. So we collaborate. I think we work really well together. So it was a great collaboration. But I think the video is just one of those videos that's needed right now, and I think it's a great expression of what the song is really talking about, as far as being able to move on from a relationship in a positive manner versus breaking up and being bitter and taking that into another situation and not healing from that, you know what I mean? But being able to move on from something, be whole, be complete, be happy for that person, and move on with love in your heart, you know what I mean? And that was our intention for the song. I think we kind of pulled it off with this record and the video.
So true. Definitely invite our audience to take a look at it on YouTube. Dante, I want to throw the last thing to you here, and that is what I mentioned in my introduction. One of the things, of course, that people are excited about is artists are back out performing. Talk to us about the live experience. It's one thing when you guys go in the studio to, be able to record music, but what has that live experience been like for you, Dante, and what has it been like for you to get back to that?
Oh, gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. There's an energy that happens live. I know for a minute we were doing virtual performances. Mm-hmm. The difference when you actually connect with people live is incredible. It really is. We've been performing. It's like the more we perform, I feel like the more at home I get on stage in front of the crowd, to hear a lot of people's reactions to the songs. Even some of the songs on the album that we perform, to hear people's reactions to the songs live is incredible. And definitely sending a shout out and a call out to all the DJs and the promoters. We have some open slots. We're in the middle of recording a new album and getting some tour dates ready and doing some spot dates, but we still have some openings as well. So I want to send a shout out and a call out to all the promoters and the DJs listening out there to hit us up. But the live performance is definitely one of the most incredible things that I've experienced in my career. It's one of the best parts of being an artist, performing live.
David, what about for you? I mean, what has that experience? Has that been one of the things that you've missed, being out on that stage and seeing the response from the audience?
Oh yeah, man. It's like Dante said, it's one of the highlights. I mean, I think for me, there's definitely I love the creative side as well, and that is a joy. But to create a song without being able to perform it, once I experienced that, it was a wrap. You know, it's like it's a high that you can't explain. You know what I mean? Especially when the audience is feeling you and they're connected to everything you're doing on the stage. So, like you said, I totally agree. It's an expression that is just divine.
But it's something our audience can now be able to enjoy. Again, everyone, David and Dante of Ruff Endz have been our guests. Make sure you guys do head over and get Rebirth for yourself. Check out the video for congratulations. And as you heard them say, they're very active on social media, so make sure you guys are following them on Instagram, Twitter, to stay connected with all the great things that they're doing. Guys, really appreciate the time. Congratulations to you again. Glad we had a chance to have you on the program, and looking forward to speaking with the two of you again.
Thank you so much, man, for your time, and appreciate the platform, man. It's platforms like this that keeps the world of R&B alive, brother. So thanks again.
Thank you.
The pleasure is definitely all mine. We're glad to do it. Definitely shout out to Raphael of 2 R's Entertainment for setting this up for us for today, and thanks all of you for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.